You are listening to the Dollop on the All Things Comedy Network. This is an American history podcast where each week I, Dave Anthony, read a story from American history to my enemy.
No, Gareth Reynolds, who has no idea what the topic is going to be about. Stop it.
These are the new established rules as of today.
Started over something very small.
I don't think so. I think it started.
Do you even remember what it started with?
Yes, I was going to meet the hosts of Knowledge Fight for lunch, and you were supposed to come.
I said,
and then you said
couldn't.
You were not coming.
I couldn't.
And now you're my enemy.
I couldn't. And by the way, I wanted to meet those dudes very badly because I've thought that I met Jordan from that show 2 different times. One time I agreed to do a podcast.
I remember that.
On the road that I thought was him. And then I showed up and I was like, wait a minute. All these little details that didn't add up early have no longer add up at all.
Well, you were not missed because you're our enemy. Our enemy.
I'm not their enemy. No.
June 28th, 1961, the year of our Lord, J-Town, Old Jeezy, as he's also called, J.C. Penney. He's all of those.
Do not call him J.C. Penney.
That's the kids know that one. Like the kids understand that one. That's a little joke.
We should point out we're on tour in the same hotel in our rooms doing this.
The reason we don't want to record it together is because that would include Luke. And Luke means an extraordinarily long uploading. Could it ever be uploaded situation? So we decided to do it.
It's what we call Luke factor.
We decided to do it on Zoom instead.
But we're on tour. We're starting our tour. So if you want to come to a show, go to dolloppodcast.com. And Dollheads, we see you and we love you. I mean, you know what to do.
Luke picked me up from the airport last night, and I got to the hotel, and I opened up the door of the van, and 2 dollheads rolled out.
Not ones from our fans either. Luke's been rolling with those separate. Well, before we started, we were just talking about how Luke was like, we got to bring we need an emergency gas thing in the van. And we were like, okay. And the more we dug into why the details were that we needed that was because Luke slept in the van on accident for 7 hours with it running in the Rocky Mountains in the middle of nowhere.
Michael James Lindell was born.
Oh my God.
What happened? Sometimes Gareth knows right away. There's no secrets.
I mean,
he was born in the small town of Mankato, Minnesota. Quote, in those days, there was smoking and there was sugar and nobody cared.
So you didn't want to do this one in Minneapolis?
Well, it's too long.
Did you think about it? It's too long.
I asked.
This is 2 parts?
It might even be 3. I've only finished the first part, but I asked Josh Androsky to do the research, and he sent it to me, and he's like, "There's no way this is do it on the road."
I cannot believe we're on the precipice of a 3-part Mike Lindell episode.
It could very well be, yeah. When he was 7, his mom she just comes in the room and she tells him and his sisters to pack up. They're leaving. So they barely have time to find his Matchbox cars, his toys.
Leave your pillows. Don't even bring your pillows.
They get into an already running station wagon and take off.
Wow.
And they were living in a lakeside house, like a Brady Bunch style sort of home. And then they drive 2.5 hours to a trailer park next to a pickle factory. And that's his new home.
I feel like this is like an X-Men origin thing where it's like, and then lightning hit the trailer park pickle house. And out of an oozy egg, Mike Lindell reemerged. Always
smelling of pickle.
I've got an idea for a pillow.
So this began Mike's sort of lifelong feeling of social discomfort and feeling like he doesn't really fit in, right? He's never, because that sort of jarring change at a young age is going to
how
fuck you
old?
up.
He's just.
It was 7 when that happened.
Oh, terrible!
Like no leeway to know you're moving. Just
7's brutal because you can recall it, and yet you're a baby.
Yeah, and it sets up deep feelings of like, oh God, what's going to happen?
But he turns
still
out
not
okay.
An excuse. Yeah, he does turn out fine. So he learned soon the best way to deal with it, and that would follow him into adulthood, which was showing off. He would put on
next
carnivals.
To a pickle factory.
He would put on carnivals in the trailer court.
Well, you don't need to look far for.
He had homemade boardwalk games, and he did magic shows.
I present to you the drunken man.
No, he's still a child. We don't
Carla,
know where this is going to go.
The woman who can smoke 2 cigarettes at once.
Late night pickle eater.
And the man on the other side of the glory hole.
He put on carnivals. He even had a freak show.
That's the one I was talking about.
Quote, when my little sister Cindy drank water, then jumped up and down, the sloshing sound in her belly was loud, freakishly loud. None of the kids could believe it.
Okay. Terrible. I'm going to tell you one thing that it does not make me happy to explain that this is a symptom of a child being hungry.
Oh, he's got. Oh, so you're saying
this is a starving child.
No food in the stomach, that the water is sloshing up and down. It's not, because there's a lot of room in there.
It's not a skill. This child has gone hungry.
And yet, it sounds like a skill.
I mean, I'd be there. I mean, where are you going to find some food? It's not like you live next door to a place that produces it.
He did his best not to avoid being bullied. Once, he dared the bullies to bury him neck deep in dirt instead of beating him up, so he could show off his Houdini escaping skills.
It's just like a better way to beat you.
Instead, he was almost run over.
No, don't just kick my head. Oh!
Instead, he was almost run over by the trailer park manager's truck.
When he was buried, they did do this.
Yeah, they put him in there.
Jesus Christ.
Another time he jumped out of a moving bus going 30 miles an hour.
I now present to you my next trick.
I am the great fucking idiot.
I am the great Suicidini.
But he landed safely in a snowbank. So he's fine.
It's beauty of Minnesota.
When he gets to school, the principal is waiting for him, and he has his mom on the phone. And the principal's saying, quote, he keeps doing crazy things. We just don't know what to do with him. So they're like, he's out of control. He's trying to be the fun guy, right? It's not a way I've ever heard of it though. It's not.
No, these are screams for help. I mean, if we're going to get serious, these are help yelps.
So he goes to high school. He discovers he's very good at math, and he felt like he could rely on numbers. Quote, they didn't change on a whim, and they didn't trick you. So he's still dealing with we moved abruptly.
Yeah, it's obviously numbers don't hit mom.
He's just sitting in his room holding a 4.
Yeah. Mike, honey. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
7.
Yeah, I know. Well, we should probably let the numbers go because it's almost 11.
No.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, so it's almost 11. So it's way past when you're supposed to go to bed. So can we just lay down?
Turn out the lights.
Well, we can do a little.
Everything goes away.
Well.
9.
Okay, we're going to go to bed. Okay, so we're gonna turn off the lights.
9.
You're not. Good night.
What'd you say?
Good night.
So he took advanced calculus classes, but his academic reputation suffered because he was undiagnosed ADHD. If you can imagine an undiagnosed ADHD person. And terrible at group projects because he is also very shy. And then Gareth, he finds this thing that helps you with shyness. It's called alcohol.
Alcohol.
Specifically, how old is he? He's in high school, so I think he's like a freshman.
That's fine.
He got really into peppermint schnapps and sloe gin, which I also drank.
I was just sloe
gin when I was freshman.
I was going to say schnapps. I mean, schnapps to me was a bridge into the world. Yeah,
because it's like a candy flavored alcohol.
It's like sucking Santa's dick. It's a delicious. It's a delicious.
Well, that's actually
just
alcohol. That's not helping me with the. Well, when beautiful. You say delicious alcohol and then
it's like eating dick, an elf's ass around the holidays.
Again, we're not on the same page at all.
Beautiful. But yeah, I think we're saying that the message from the podcast is that's what we both did.
None of what you said is beautiful.
Absolutely.
I was just thinking like it tastes
3, 2,
like
1, go ahead.
Jesus. And sophomore year, he gets into gambling, as you do in your sophomore.
Sophomore. Yeah. I'm getting so many of these goddamn ads now for like gamble on everything. Will it rain tomorrow? I mean, holy shit.
And there's all these different apps that like, you can gamble with us now. Oh, gambling's illegal in California? Not if you use this app.
Dude,
like getting a lot of that.
It's good.
It's a sign of a healthy society.
To gamble on how bad things are going to get.
So he just starts betting with friends over sports and stuff at first. And then that kind of, that's not enough action. You don't get a great feel.
Seems like he has an addictive thing going on.
And he moves on to bookies and he's making bets with bookies. And, the kind of bookie that would take action from a teenager. That kind of awesome.
Hey, what are you thinking Saturday? Yeah.
Well, okay, we got different odds for pre-puberty, post-puberty. Where are you at right now?
How many freaking times I got to tell you don't talk to me like that?
You don't sound like you had done the puberty yet, so I'm going to give you 8 to 1.
I got more hairs than a bunny race.
Let's see them. We already bet on how many hairs you have.
Oh, no. Come on. This is like Teen Wolf, but with a pubis.
Drop them.
Wait a minute.
He loves the rush you get from a last minute gambling win, whether it's cards or sports, that last minute.
We all do.
Yeah, it's an exciting thing.
Gambling is extremely, there's a lot going on in your body. The problem is it's fleeting.
Yeah, it is. And gambling was actually like a tradition in the family. His grandfather, Chuck, quote, dealt so many hands of cards, his fingerprints were worn away.
Oh, stop.
I mean, look, that's obviously not real.
That's hyperbole.
He's saying he gambled a lot. That's
okay.
His grandfather worked at a saloon in Deadwood, and he hung with Bugsy Siegel in the 40s, and he would drive around telling Mike stories about those days. So,
romanticizing it, building it up. Sounds awesome. Yeah.
That's what I did with Finn and crack.
Yeah. And that's what your dad and I used to do.
Yeah. What?
When your dad would drive me around, he would just tell me these great stories that just
made
the lifestyle.
When did he drive you around?
Oh, gosh. This is probably in the first 2 years of the podcast. Your dad and I would take a lot of trips. We'd had a lot of trips. Yeah, we did a bunch of stuff. Your dad was honestly a real adventurer. He was like a cool Anthony Bourdain. You pop.
His blood was slow gin. They found that, right?
He also had a bit of peppermint schnapps going on. Yeah.
He died from a hammer claw blow to the back of the head.
That's crazy too. It's like, if we ever find the son of a bitch that did that, this podcast is really just becoming it's almost becoming my favorite murder about who got your dad. So Karen, Georgia, feel free to cover this stuff. And we're trying to find out who hammer clawed the back of slow gin Anthony. Because Dave's dad was a legend. He was my best friend. He is my best friend. And he's gone.
To fund Mike's gambling habit, he worked at a drive-in ticket booth. And with him there was a very cute blonde girl named Donna. And they started dating. His first relationship. And then he took a second job at a grocery store where his new stepdad, Fred, worked. And he saved up and bought a Ford Mustang. Nice. Which he very quickly totaled.
Nice. Yep. Cool. Yeah. Yep. Nice.
And then one night he's driving Fred's pickup truck around 3 a.m. He's coming back from a friend's house and he's very sleepy.
Sure.
And so, as you do when you're sleep driving, you put your head out the window, to stay awake. And
absolutely.
The next thing,
you Ace Ventura it.
The next thing he said, he saw himself, like in a third person, like shooter video game, sort of seeing himself.
Yeah. That's one of the side effects of keeping yourself awake with your head out the window. You're gonna see a third you.
Yeah. And then he's standing in a farmer's yard yelling for Fred. And he's very clear about this, that he wasn't yelling. He's watching himself yell.
Right.
And so there's a farmer in the farm house, and he hears this crash. And then he hears someone screaming, Fred. And he comes outside to find this pickup truck just wrapped around an oak tree. And Mike had been flung 20 yards from the wreck. I assume out the window because he's halfway out the window. So
it's an easy lift at that point.
And the next thing Mike remembers is he's in an ambulance and he heard the EMT say, quote, "We have no pulse."
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. This is. But again, I mean, you're awake.
Yeah. And at the hospital, the doctors are very shocked because he doesn't have a broken bone. He has no internal injuries, and he walks out of the hospital the next day. Who told the Dollop? I have a very hard time believing that one.
Okay. I was going to say.
But we're gonna go with his tale, though. We're gonna.
Well, yeah, I think why not?
With this guy,
this is
part of his magic is the crazy lies that he tells.
I choose to believe.
Sure. So this starts a series of brushes with death. He's sort of living an upper Midwest Final Destination movie scenario.
Sure.
He falls into a lake once and gets trapped under a sheet of ice. He's very close to being electrocuted once by a, quote, bolt of power so massive that it shut down half the town. He wrecked a motorcycle twice. The second time, he said he was on his way to a skydiving lesson where he smashed into the ground because his parachute didn't open at 60 miles an hour. Quote, "Yes, I crashed my motorcycle and survived a skydiving accident on the same day."
So just to be clear, his skydiving accident was he fell from a plane and his chute didn't deploy?
Yes.
And he hit the ground and was okay on the same day that he crashed his motorcycle.
60 miles an hour, he hit the ground.
Yeah.
But
It's just
pieces together, right? I mean,
well,
this doesn't sound.
He's. You know what? This is what I think. It sounds like a guy who someone
upstairs
to keep alive
is looking out for. That's
someone
right.
To keep
someone has a bigger mission for this guy.
And
someone who likes to sleep.
And knowing what I know.
Yeah.
God damn, were they right? Because we needed this guy.
Boy, did we.
This guy needed to be around. This guy dying in a skydiving accident, but imagine what the world would look like without that guy.
That's right. When Islamic revolutionaries seized the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, Mike quit college. Who gave a shit about studying if the world was going to end, right?
Yeah.
He moves in with a friend, but he gets kicked out pretty quick by the friend's family because he kept throwing huge parties.
Yeah, okay.
But although that's what Jesus would have wanted.
Sure.
So I shouldn't say that yet because he's not a Jesus guy yet. He's just a kid.
No.
So he buys a van. And
whoa. So getting
right
now I'm feeling it.
Okay.
Did he go in the Rockies and sleep?
In June of 1980, Mike convinced his buddy Rick to drive with him to California. And they're going to stop in Vegas on the way.
Uh-oh.
Quote, "When he walked through the doors, I saw the lights flashing, levers cranking, and coins clinking. And
levers
I felt like
cranking?
Levers.
Oh, they said lovers.
Or lovers.
Lovers don't crank.
Well, some do.
I've been cranked.
I felt like I had just entered a giant money factory. From that first breath of stale cigarette smoke and Aquanet, I was in love." So,
this guy's awesome. I like this guy.
I mean, he's kind of fun, but a money factory would be a place where you bring in different supplies and then turn it into money, and you leave with that money, this is not. I would. A money factory doesn't quite. I mean, it's a money factory for the guys who own it at the top.
But maybe maybe that's what he's talking about, and B, it has the vibe of a money factory.
Again, I disagree.
He doesn't know yet that all the lights, the oxygen levels, the sounds, the smells, they're all there to make you feel like it is a money factory.
Yeah. He almost immediately lost every dime he had.
Yeah. See, sometimes the factory bangs you.
Now, Rick's not happy. They're not going to make it to California now.
That's quite an update. What an amazing! You're 5 hours away, and you're like, "Well, this trip is completely ruined. Now we got to go back all the way back home."
He goes. He's bummed. He's tired. He goes to sleep in the back of the van, and Mike is just upset. He has guilt, and he's depressed, and he sits in the passenger seat just thinking about what he's done. And then he notices 5 shiny silver dollars on the dashboard. That was all that Rick had left. That's what he brought with him to the casino. He still had it, but he's asleep. And look, Mike will get him back, right? If he borrows it, he'll get him back.
Sure.
Yeah. And he takes it and he walks into the casino. And he said when he walked in the casino, he heard his grandpa's voice, quote, "Craps has the best odds in any casino."
Well, why didn't you tell me that before? Where were you when I lost it all, Grandpa?
I was playing money hole.
What?
Will you throw the money in the hole?
Oh, man. Tell you what, I lost it all on money hole.
It looks like it's such a good idea.
Take another hit.
And so it's true. That's actually true. Craps does have the best odds. It's like the only socialist form of gambling. If you play it the right way, you winning makes everybody win, right? Yeah. Everyone's in it together. So Mike had never played, and he asked the dealer where to put his one $5 chip. And the irritated dealer is like, "Just put it on any number, kid." So Mike picks 6, and then he rolls a 6. And then he rolls another, and then another. And another, and he keeps rolling until he's up over $2,600. And then he actually cashes out. Quote, "That was the first time I've been all the way down and then won big. What I didn't know was that for the addicts, much of gambling isn't about winning it all. It's about betting." But he's got money now. So go back to Missouri. I don't know why they didn't go to California at this point, but
Missouri
they go back
or
to Missouri,
Minnesota?
Minnesota. And he buys his own trailer because he's got fucking cash now.
Yeah.
So he's got his own trailer in the trailer park. Now, what are you going to do with a trailer? You got a trailer and trailer park. I mean, you make a mini casino, Gareth.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you turn it into exactly. Yep.
Like, because I think all of our favorite memories from childhood are going to a trailer park mini casino.
Without question. Best odds.
And now he is wagering hundreds or thousands of dollars at a time on credit, regardless of what is in his bank account. He's making bets.
At his trailer park casino?
No, that's on the side.
And then he goes into actual casinos.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's betting with bookies.
Oh, right. Of course. Right. Yep.
Now in June 1981, he's down about 12 grand.
Where's Grandpa? Sorry, I've been so derelict.
Oh shit! I said craps. That's about 42,000 today.
Fuck.
He's 20 years old.
Good.
And the day he was scheduled to repay it, he just doesn't. And he goes into work at the grocery store and went to see his manager. And he grabs his manager by the collar and said, quote, "You have to do me a favor. If you see anybody that looks like a mafia type, let me know."
At a grocery store job.
Which is a great thing to hear from an employee.
Yeah, absolutely. If the mob's here, you never saw me.
So they had like a little code, and less than an hour later, over the intercom,
his manager
Mike
agreed.
Heard,
I would be like, "Hey,
yeah,
get the fuck out of this grocery store."
What about not working here? I don't want the mob coming in here.
You know what? How about this? Instead of coming up with a cute little single for when I see the mob, go.
So over the intercom, he hears, "Mike, telephone, line 3," and that's
Mike,
the code.
The mob's here.
Mob's inside.
Mike, the mob
So
in aisle 5.
He just bolts, goes back to the trailer park, and then he hides in a friend's trailer until midnight.
Nice.
And then after that, he goes back to his trailer and he hides there. He's like, just windows closed, all that stuff. And just before dawn, he hears someone come. So he hides in the closet, and someone is like tries the door and is looking in the windows.
The mob
and
is
he just
so weak.
Not that great. Yeah.
Hey, what are we going to do? I tell you what, this door's pretty locked, boss. I suppose we can't do anything.
I mean, if there was some way to get to a trailer park door, but it's like...
The screen door's got the little extra lock on the handle, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get in. God, this guy's thought of everything.
So he hides in the closet for hours after it sounds like they left. He's just so scared. And then he finally comes out in the morning, and outside in front of the door is a Hardee's bag with writing on it.
Carl's Jr., for those of you who've never traveled.
Quote, Mike came to get our money. Bookie was with me. Physical force may be needed. Call me. Because here's the thing about the mob. They always use terms like physical force.
Yeah. And they communicate a lot of times through Hardee's.
They do. That's like their main thing. Anytime they're going to go to maybe rough someone up, they got a Hardee's bag just in case the person's not there.
Hey, should I say it's from us? Absolutely. We're all going to sign it like a get well card.
So Mike decides the way out of this is to get a bank loan. And he goes to the bank, and he is completely honest with the banker.
What? The banker's like, okay.
He was. Quote, I've lost money to some bad guys with some betting, and I need cash right away. I got to have $12,000. And he got it.
Is this before J.G. Wentworth?
Yes. He got it 15 minutes.
I made a lot of bad bets, and my bookie will kill me. Call J.G. Wentworth.
It's just so obviously fake.
But you got to let him cook.
I'm sure there's a grain of truth in here somewhere.
Well, that's what happens, though. He's told this story 800 times now. So eventually, this is what happened with Brian Williams. He was telling that story about how an RPG was being like shot. It's like they told it a few times. Nobody was like bullshit. And then so by the end, they're like, now, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. So he gets the money, and he arranges to do the drop off with the mob bookie, whatever, at a mall. And he said a short little fat man he'd never seen just casually walked up to him and just happily took the envelope. So he got away with it.
It'd be so fucking great if after all that, they're like, all right, so our guy's on his way in. Wait, but I just gave it to a fat guy. Yeah, he's not with us.
So of course he learns nothing because he really didn't get harmed in this, except his credit's probably fucked.
Well,
although I don't think they had credit back then. I don't think they had credit in that.
Going to a bank for bookie fees.
Pretty great. Pretty great. So about 2 years later, he now owes $25,000 to even worse mobsters. And this time he handles that by just getting shit-faced and just sleeping on other people's couches and never gone home. And then one day he thought it would be safe to spend some time with his mom and stepdad, and he's got a 10 and 13-year-old half, like siblings, and the phone rings. Quote, we know you don't care about yourself, but you're living with a pretty nice family.
Oh, no.
So they sound like a really bad movie version of a mobster.
Yeah.
So he drops the phone. He says he's crying, and he lets out a guttural howl and collapses. And then he lays in a fetal position. And then he starts to think, and he's like, oh my God, if they called, they're on their way here.
By the way, this floor is so uncomfortable. My neck is all.
I don't like sleeping here.
I just wish there was a better way to sleep on something so hard.
He runs to his car, and he has to go through the passenger side window because the driver's side is jammed. He can't open it. I know a lot of people have been. That used to be very common.
It was so funny. I was always like, no, 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 no. We're right side car only, my man.
And then he went straight to a liquor store. He bought a case of beer and he just drove around all night, just drinking the case in a total panic, trying to figure out what to do. And he decided, quote, just break into a place and wait there to get arrested. So then he'll be in jail. And he says, at least they will think I tried to get the money and I'll be safe in jail.
Right? Break into like a business.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like pretending you're going to rob something. Or
right. Okay.
So he goes to a gas station and he walks in and he goes to the cash register and he grabs some checks and then he waits. And then he realizes there's an employee crouched in the corner, just like trembling.
This is so fucking, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Don't you wonder what actually happened? But yeah, he's hiding in the corner, trembling. So Mike runs to his car, and mostly out of shock, he threw the checks in the air and then just fucking takes off. And as he's pulling out, he almost slams right into a cop car and speeds off, and he ends up leading the cops on a high-speed chase through St. Peter, Minnesota. And after 5 minutes, he hits a curb, pops all 4 tires, and he has to try to climb out of the passenger window. But
I'm not
cops already on him.
I'm not trying to flag everything, but pops all 4 tires.
Yeah, I know there's some problems.
That's pretty difficult to do.
Or crashed it, but yeah, pop it all 4 tires. It's
pretty hard to pop all 4. Unless you're my buddy Oren, who went the wrong way over those spikes exiting a parking garage. And as soon as he told the group, it was like, I'd replace all 4 tires. We were like, it's crazy. And then we all were like, wait, so you went over it with 2 and then kept going? He was like, yeah, I didn't realize what was happening. We're like, what?
So he comes to in a jail cell, and his dad is there to bail him out. His OG dad, who he had not seen for 20 years. But his OG dad's like, yeah, I don't care. And he just sends Mike back home.
So his OG dad bails him out.
Yeah.
How does he know he's there?
I don't know. Because it was on the news. So maybe he saw
it. Okay. Sure. Okay.
So now, because it's on the news, all of Southern Minnesota knows, and Mike goes into his local bar, and the owner looks at him and goes, quote, Mike, you need to leave town. You're never, ever going to live in this town. So he's charged with a DUI, fleeing the police, and felony theft. Plus, he still owes the money to the mafia. That hasn't changed.
The 25.
Yeah. He tries to go to the bank to get a loan, and
he probably was like, well, you're my last resort, but I'm not going to lie, it's bookie fees. They're like, what? Yeah, last time the gentleman just let me get all the stuff out. So this time it's twice as much.
You still owe us $14,000.
I don't have it.
I know, but we're not going to give you another loan.
Because hold the last one. Hey, Bob, it's me, Mike. I need to borrow $12,000 to repay the bank.
It's 14 now because of interest.
14 because of interest. The bank's on my ass. So if you loan me that, then I could get that. Then I could go back to the bank, and then I can see if they could float me the money that I owe you. Hold on. Hey, bank, it's me, Mike Lindell. So talk to the mob. They're not going to give me the 14 grand. I owe them 25. So in order to get your 14, I'm thinking you give me the 25, then I pay them back. Then I can ask them for the 14. Boy, I love numbers. Then I could get the 14, and then I'll come back here, and then I could probably pay you back your money. But then I'm going to need to borrow 14 to go pay them back.
I feel like you just like saying numbers, and that's all that's really
Hold on.
Going on.
Okay, so I just talked to the bank mob. So look, they're not going to give me the 14 or the 25, and I know I owe you the 14. I owe you the 25. They're not going to give me the 14. What I'm thinking is you just fill up a Hardee's bag with as much cash as possible. I'll go home. I'll count it. Then I'll be able to go to the bank, probably get the money out of them. It could be 14,000. It could be 15,000. It could be 12,000. It could be 13,000. It could be $8,388.22. Oh, numbers. Oh,
yeah. So no.
Oh, just feeling so rowdy. You know my favorite number?
No.
Self 69. That's where you 69 and you're on.
No. No,
Yup.
we're all right.
Yup.
If you think about that, that's not okay.
You ever had a reverse Blumpkin?
No.
It's pretty fucking gross.
The, the
You
bank
want to know what
said,
it is
quote,
specifically?
no.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you because it is really bad.
Did
You spit take?
a little bit. I drank right. Shouldn't have. I really shouldn't have drank right then. Quote, part of our decision on giving a loan is based on moral character, so they're not going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, good Lord.
But Mike's plan to get arrested so you don't get your legs, broke by the mafia kind of works. They kept their distance because they know that everyone's watching him now. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's a
Genius.
sort of version of famous
Yeah.
in the area. So Mike knows they're bidding their time. And at his court date, he said a woman leaned over to the defense table and handed Mike a note that said, quote, "You're doing a good job. Don't give anyone our names."
Wait, who said that?
Mike said that he's at court and random woman hands him a note that says, "You're doing a good job. Don't give anyone our names." Like the mob's gonna
the mob. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. That's hilarious.
That's so fucking dumb.
Do you have our money? Check yes or no.
Dollop is brought to you by Cash App.
Yes.
Gareth, the Cash App, of course, is what does it sound like? It's an app where you can send money.
Send
you can send
cash.
Money to people. You
Fake
can get money.
Digital cash.
Yeah. And when you can also get a Cash App card. And then not only do you get access to a lot of different perks and benefits, like early access to concerts, pre-sales, and discounts on brands, but then you get extra security. You can use it to instantly unlock your card right from your phone and just a tap. And if there's like a suspicious transaction that pops up on the card, Cash App's got your back. They're your boy by automatically declining the purchase and sending you a heads up to confirm if it's you or not. And behind the scenes, you can be absolutely sure that knowing your account balance is protected 24/7 fraud monitoring. Spend
All
with
the good
peace.
stuff.
Spend with peace, Gareth. Peace of mind. And order a Cash App card in the app or just at cash.app/card. We both use Cash App.
We use Cash App a lot. Cash App on the road. Cash App. We're cashing apps.
Wow. How did you come up with that?
It wasn't good. Cash me outside.
I mean, they protect you from getting scammed, and there's a lot of red flags out there. Particularly right now, I'm getting hit with a lot of AI stuff. It's like, "What you doing, bro?" Like it's getting more advanced. So having something like Cash App to kind of be able to protect you from the nightmare that is spam, it's pretty good. So we do protect Cash App, and Gareth, why don't you send me say $500 right now just to show the people.
Well, just to make sure that it works, I'm going to send it to you right now, Dave. And okay, it went through, so return it.
Okay, thanks, buddy. I'm keeping that. So for a limited time, new Cash App customers. Yeah, I asked you to send it, and you sent it. So
yeah, but so I thought we were going to.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
yeah, maybe in the next ad. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code SECURE10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Incorporated brand. Visit cashapp.com/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Gareth?
Yes.
The Dollop is also brought to you by Squarespace.
Oh, website daddy.
All-in-one website platform It's going to help you stand out and succeed online. Doesn't matter if you're just starting out a business, if you've been around for a while, gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, get paid. It's all right there. It's in one space, Gareth.
It's one Squarespace. Stop.
I was going to do that.
No.
And what happened was you interrupted me. We don't do that on this podcast.
Wait. This is so confusing.
There's a lot you can do with Squarespace, which we do. Of course, we have all of our websites with Squarespace. Mine, Gareth, we have the dollop.podcast.com, where you can get all your tour information and you can link to the tours. We also have a merch store there. And you can do whatever you want. You can get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices.
Don't forget the SEO tools. Don't you ever forget the SEO tools. Search engine optimization. Very helpful. Very helpful.
Why don't you tell them what search engine optimization is?
It's just where you appear in search engine results and how it'll help you. People who are looking for you or looking for your website. Squarespace helps to make sure that you're the most searchable version of whatever's out there for yourself.
Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools. Look, we use it. We use it because we like it. We use it because it's very simple to work and it looks great. The templates are awesome. Looks very professional. We cannot recommend it enough.
Love it. The easiest, the best. Can't beat it.
So check out squarespace.com/Dollop for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code Dollop. Save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/Dollop for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code Dollop to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Do it.
Gareth, we are also brought to you by Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. You can feel great about what you're putting in your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified, the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. I use it. People think I look luscious. I've been compared to Bigfoot.
You do look. Excuse me. Excuse me.
I have so much hair.
Why don't you just say you have more hair? But telling people that Nutrafol is turning you into a Sasquatch.
I'm not saying it's turning. I'm saying that it has turned me into a gorgeous,
it is concentrated
hairy,
to your head. That's where the hair goes.
Well, yeah, but doesn't Bigfoot just have hair on his head?
No, you're thinking of Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, I always get those two confused.
Yeah,
people say I look like Dirk Nowitzki.
He's got a great head of hair.
Ooh, his nickname is Bigfoot. So
sure,
you can feel great about Nutrafol. You can take it. You can get a nice, luscious head of hair. People are going to want to touch it. They're going to want to hug you. They're going to people are going to make love to you.
Okay, all right. And just please.
I want to make love to me whenever I look in the mirror.
Please.
By the way, Gareth is also using Nutrafol now, and people want to make love to him.
I've not heard any of that. That is not.
And the other thing is, they say his head is like a Bigfoot head.
We should probably re-record the whole ad. I mean, let's just be frank. The whole thing is it's in the wrong direction. Not
the face part, the top.
I'm sure it's somewhere it says, just go to Nutrafol.
It's called Bigfoot top.
No.
See thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you use Nutrafol.com/thedollop. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com/thedollop. That's Nutrafol.com/thedollop. I use it. People think I look great.
You look great. You're hot.
See?
Yeah, it's a try.
The guy, my lover Gareth, says it.
I'm into you.
I'm into me. He's a white suburban man in the 1980s, so he pleads guilty to misdemeanor theft and a DUI, and he gets 5 years probation, and then a few weekends of work release. So then his bookie gets popped for counterfeiting and gets 30 years.
That's great. That's awesome.
So he's in the clear, and now he can tell people why he did the crime. He's not like just a dirty little thief. He was a pathetic gambling addict, and that's why he did it.
Oh.
His grandma said, quote, "Oh, Mike, I knew there was something behind that. I knew that wasn't who you really were."
I love that excuse. I'm not a bank robber. I'm a degenerate gambler who's also a thief. And they're like, I knew he had a heart of gold.
Good boy.
He's the best.
Mike had spent a lot of money trying to start a feeder pig operation.
A what?
Right before a feeder pig operation.
Uh-huh.
Feeder pigs.
Yeah.
Right before the bottom fell out.
Sure.
So he owed the bank $4,000 for the pig situation.
Or for the pigs.
And he realizes he could use his natural math ability for good. Learn how to count cards in Vegas.
All right. Yeah, definitely two. Definitely two. There's a lot of queens left in that deck.
So this is not for fun. It's business.
Sure.
And he promised himself he wouldn't get fucked up. He would just hop from casino to casino, making $300 a night, and then send it to his mom. But one night he gets kicked off a table by a pit boss who notices that he's counting cards.
How do you know someone's counting cards?
I don't know. That was my first thought.
Like if you're on a hot streak, why wouldn't every pit boss, anytime some guy's up, be like, get the fuck out of here. We know what you're doing.
But
this
I think they do
obviously
that
counting
sometimes.
Cards. But how do you like
Rain Man, I think is real. It's a documentary.
That's a documentary about Dustin Hoffman before he became an actor. But I wonder like how you can, I mean, even if you're watching, it's like, you know, anyone who's intently serious watching everything, you'd be like, he's counting cards. And why is that illegal? That should be legal.
I don't know.
That's such a weird one to just be like,
why? Yeah, why can't you count cards?
Hey,
you're too smart. Get the fuck out of the casino.
No.
Hey, you figured out how to win, and we don't like that.
There are some gentleman's rules here in this nightmare of poverty creation. You're not allowed to count cards. You're not allowed to count cards or win real big.
So after that happens, he goes to a bank of slot machines and he's playing 3 slot machines at once.
You're counting levers. Get out of here.
And then this dude comes up with his parents and they ask, hey, can he play one of the slots? And it's his 21st birthday. And so Mike's like, yeah, sure. And on the kid's first pull, the machine starts going crazy, sirens, and he had won the jackpot, $1.5 million.
Have you ever been in a casino where like you've won on like really the only thing I ever play anymore is slots, if anything. But I've had it before where like I've hit and then like some weirdo like 3 machines over is mad at you. That was my machine.
Yeah, I've had that.
What?
Yeah.
That was my machine. I was where
you shouldn't have left it.
I've been working that one for 6 hours and then you came over and then you got it.
I feel like I had
I would like
my
some
friend.
money.
Me or my friend had this where I think it was my friend. He won, and then this guy came over and was like, I just left for 2 minutes to go to the bathroom. Like he was all mad.
Buddy, I'm sorry. Well, you know, we both know someone who we won't name who won like $1.5 million playing the penny slots.
What?
1 million? Whatever it was. But it was like that person like won.
He doesn't have it anymore.
Well, it's a real Mike Lindell story, I guess.
Yeah. I ever told you my college story when I didn't have enough money to pay rent last month?
No.
My rent was $300. Everyone just shed blood when I said that. My rent was $300, and it was my very, very last semester in college. And I would just tell my friends I have $38, and they were like, "Let's go to Vegas. What's the fucking difference?" All right. So we literally piled in this car at midnight and drove to Vegas, got there kind of late because there were some stops. And I got $10 in coins and went down to the casino because we got a room. I went down to the casino. I put 3 in, nothing, 3 in, nothing, 3 in. I won $300. And I just put it all in the cup and went, okay, I'm done. And then just went to the room and slept and paid my rent.
It was just did I ever tell you about the story where my friend needed $300 and so he took the money and we lost everything in Vegas and then the mob made him dig his own grave and killed him in the desert.
Oh yeah, you said that.
It's so
funny.
That's just being young.
Yeah, I wish there was like a moral to it, you know.
Don't make friends with a guy named Rick.
Yeah. So Mike leaves the casino just like tormented, right? This kid won his money, and somehow he stays the course. He keeps counting cards, and over 40 days, he won enough money to pay off the pig money and everyone he owed. So he's out of debt by gambling or counting cards. By 1984, he's living on a friend's couch and he's drinking, he's gambling. That's his life. But his friends get into this new thing that everyone's doing called cocaine. Mike's never done it. He didn't really like at that point being around people on drugs. He found them very annoying.
That holds.
But still depressed by the judgment he feels from the people in town, Mike told his roommate one morning that he didn't feel like doing a dang thing. And his roommate pointed at a small pile of coke on a mirror and said, try doing some of that.
Well, to be fair, it's true. Now you're going to feel like doing something. And more cocaine.
Now that was a rock.
Oh.
So he puts a rock of coke in his mouth between his cheek and gum in a rush of euphoria.
He's treating it like a Zins?
Yeah, that's what I do. A rush of euphoria instantly shot through his entire being. And he grabbed the straw and vacuumed up everything that was left. Quote, that day, cocaine became my new best friend. Not only did it
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
Not only did it mask my pain, it made me feel like I could conquer the world.
Yeah, then we're going to find a different kind of goose feather and we're going to put it in a pillow and I'm going to call it my pillow.
So he gets a job as janitor at a drive-in and made enough for a Chevy Suburban, and he started working at a bar, and then he opened a carpet cleaning business.
Dude, people need to understand how much different this like you were saying before about the rent. It's like this is this could happen. It's not regular, but she was like, I got a job. I'll save money. I'll invest it in a future. Yeah. These were things that just kind of were a thing. They happened.
You used to be able to easily get a job and save up money.
You didn't just get a job as a Lyft driver.
Right. So he meets a beautiful woman named Karen during a bar shift, and he used his newfound coke powers to get over his intense social anxiety and talk to her. After a little persistence, she agreed to go on a date with him, and then she goes on a few. Mike didn't want to talk about being an alcoholic cokehead who owes tens of thousands of dollars to bookies, but he couldn't really talk about anything else either, at least not in an interesting way. And so Karen breaks it off because she thinks he's fucking boring.
Yeah, okay.
And Mike spirals out of control. He gets 17 traffic tickets in 2 days.
What? This is, of all the fucking bullshit, this one is the biggest bit of bullshit.
He bet his roommate that he could roll through a giant bonfire.
By the way, if your roommate says that, take that action.
Yeah, you always take that action.
Okay.
He borrowed someone's leather jacket to do it and dove into the fire only to get stuck because his roommate had purposely put a huge log in the middle so he could win the bet.
That's a funny prank. That's a funny prank to pull on a roommate, and it is. And anyone who hears that and thinks it's violent or aggressive, it is a goof, and he was goofing. It's funny to put a speed bump in your roommate's fire roll.
I agree. I also think back then there were more fire pranks.
Yeah, we were doing this before ridiculousness.
Yeah.
So this was PR. This was pre-ridiculousness. This is when we didn't really know where our fire pranks would land us. But it was just a bonfire goof was always a good goof.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to push Trey into the fire and hope he dies. That's good. That's funny.
So Mike ended up with second-degree burns, and he ran and jumped in his car and sped off, only to roll the car at a corner.
That's just. Oh man, it's just imagine if this was real.
It's so. The guys who just lie all the time are fascinating to me because it's just
the pathological pace.
There's a shade of reality in
There's
here
some of this
in that
stuff
he is
happened, or
a
there's
fucking
a
low
seed.
rent drug
Yeah.
head, right?
Yeah.
But all this stuff is like,
No, but you
some of
didn't
this might
get.
have happened to someone else or
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, yeah, he's just like, what if Fonzie did coke?
So one night he climbs 5 stories to the top of a drive-in movie theater screen and mooned the crowd, but then slipped and had his pants and underwear come fully off, and he almost fell to his death in front of a Cheech and Chong movie.
Now that would have been the best.
Now, here's the thing. He told all of these stories at his 5-year high school reunion, which people remember, but that doesn't mean they're real. That just means that he told it at the high school reunion.
That's a little more interesting to me, though.
It is. So there is a degree of reality to it, but
his disease set on early and fast.
Yeah.
Also, at the 5-year reunion, I'd be like, "Hey, cool, Mike, shut the fuck up."
In 1986, Mike goes back to Vegas, and he stole a big jar full of change and 13 blank checks from his sister's boyfriend, and packed everything he owned, which is a fishing pole, a pocket knife, and a pair of binoculars, a necklace, and a gas station card. And he headed out. His first stop, Circus.
Oh, Jesus
America's
Christ.
greatest casino, where I did spend a lot of time.
If a flipped car and a bonfire and cocaine were to be a hotel. Circus, where murder clowns are the logo.
Where's the one place you think would be the best place to do mushrooms and go to Vegas? And it turns out, oh no, that's the worst place to do mushrooms and beyond.
I could see it going either way.
It's not great.
I was at O'Shea's once, which I don't even know if that still exists, and I was hammered, and it is a shithole. It's such a shithole that I remember the dealer saying to me, "Sir, you cannot eat a Subway sandwich and play blackjack." And I was like, "You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right."
His only gambling memory was exchanging the jar of $180 for chips. He doesn't remember gambling it. He woke up the next morning, quote, praying that when I did open my eyes, I would be somewhere other than Vegas. Instead, I cracked my bleary eyelids to see a giant clown staring in at me through the dirty window.
What? Oh, obviously. I'm going to kill you. This is like if Rainbow Man just was like, I'm going to lie for a little bit.
So he ran from the clown and from Vegas back to Minnesota, and he decided he's going to change his life. It's time for rehab. And he got sober.
There we go.
He also decided now he's a Christian.
He just decided that pre-rehab?
Or during rehab?
Probably during.
And everyone.
That's the only drug they could pass around rehab.
Yeah. And everyone would support him if he just said he's transformed, like he accepted Jesus. So he gets out and he goes to his sister's boyfriend, who does not actually accept him. And he said, quote, "What the hell do you think you're doing here?" And then he and Mike's sister threw Mike's bed out of a second-story window.
Huh.
So the Christian transformation does not work for some people.
Yeah.
And so Mike says, fucking screw it then. And he went to go find some coke.
Okay. But something happened. Someone or something stopped him.
No, by the end of that second week, he was homeless and he got 2 more DUIs. So now it's really time for rehab. But by the end of this stint in rehab, he'd started an inpatient gambling ring and came up with a cocaine-brained idea to make $1 million. Food truck.
Sorry, you just told that like a cokehead. What? He
gets into rehab, and while he's in rehab, he starts an inpatient gambling ring with the other people.
Okay.
And then he comes up with a really cocaine type idea, and that's to make $1 million with a food truck.
Food truck's not a thing at this point, or they are. They're sort of like
it is. It's
like
not
the
as
morning construction breakfast sandwich coffee food truck.
Yeah, you do egg and cheese on a roll.
Yeah.
And it's not really $1 million idea. It's an idea you get by on.
Sure, yeah.
But this
kind of a nightmare occupation.
This rings more true than anything else because this is a pure cocaine idea.
Yeah.
So he puts all of his efforts into this food truck, and he's still got Karen around. He's falling further in love with Karen. She does not love him back. She's still in love with her kid's father. And then her kid's father does something bad. Now, Mike, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that yet. That comes later. Oh, wait, here it is. So Mike, because she's not loving him, he is like, I'll do more drugs, right? That's one of his excuses, that she's not loving him back. And then something bad happens with the father, and she's like done with her baby daddy. And Mike, she's like, well, that guy's at least nice. And then he starts being himself around her more, and
that's not good.
They fall in love at the Minnesota State Fair. Apparently, that's one of the
great state fair.
Magic happens.
Great state fair, maybe the best in the country. Great state fair. That's where I met Karen. That's where I met Karen.
Kill Gareth?
Why? What did he do wrong? The Dollop will be right back. Hey guys, so we a lot of time. Are we not doing it? Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, we were doing something else.
I thought I just was going to do a hydro. I don't know. I didn't know what to. I was going to do a hydro.
So they got married within months.
Smart.
And celebrated by going to Panama City Beach, where they have an argument that ends with Mike punching a biker and running out on her to hide in a karaoke bar for 4 hours while he has no idea what she's doing.
He's a big oopsie hide guy. He's got a big case of the oopsies, I'm gone.
Yeah, he really does.
And by the way, what better place to hide out than a bar that nobody wants to go to except for wannabe actors?
Yeah.
A karaoke bar is a great place to hide.
But she doesn't leave him, and they have a daughter within a year, and then they have another daughter, and then they have 2 sons. And he's a married dad. For the first 10 years of his marriage, he says it's the happiest time of his life. He buys a bar in 1990 called Schmitty's.
Love it.
Now, you may be wondering how he got the money for it.
Food truck.
By winning a massive bet on a football game. Quote, probably the Bears.
Probably
Quote,
not.
80. No, I guess it's the 90s now. Quote, I was having the time of my life. I had my own business, and I loved working. So it didn't matter if I worked 15, 12, 20 hours a day. It was easy for me to do that because of my good friend, cocaine. So he's still doing a lot of blow, and you can work on cocaine. It makes you focused. And
I'll double down on it. It's fantastic work. If cocaine is, it's great. Now I'm not trying to talk to the teenage. Yeah, let me get myself out of this one. Now, while cocaine will make you highly productive and you will be working at a level that you've never worked at before, a lot of times the stuff that comes out of it is the best stuff you've ever come up with or have done. So, yeah, if you can get it, just go ahead and give it a shot.
But also, one time we were on cocaine and my friend Eddie was like, what about change banks? We just open banks and give people change.
Coinstar. The opposite.
And that eventually became a sketch on Saturday Night Live, a fake commercial.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
Because there's no way to make money from giving change.
No, but I think the message we're both sort of saying is it's illegal and it shouldn't be, because it is just so good if you get the right match and batch that you'll.
Yeah. I don't think we're saying that.
Yeah. And I'll clean it up. So
I don't think you will.
Yeah. Of course. What are you talking about? So to any of our listeners who have never done cocaine or don't do it if you've never done it. And because you will find that you as a regular human will never touch the level of intense work ethic and profitability that just 2 to 7 lines will provide. And by the way, there's no better feeling than tooting a big one and then putting it on your gums. That's just the best. And I would definitely recommend smoking cigarettes while you do it. There's nothing better. It feels like it's just the greatest feeling and the best productivity. And it makes booze more fun too. Go ahead. Yeah. It's just I don't do it anymore. But I think about it.
The regulars at his bar drank until closing time, and then they'd all head over to a guy named Toad's house for more booze and coke. And that little party situation went on for a while, but then within a few years, the fun started to turn. The cokeheads were going into back bedrooms with torches and turning coke into crack.
See.
And soon there were only two honest cokeheads left, Mike and his friend. And Mike looked at his friend and said, let's promise each other we will never, ever smoke crack. A few months later, Mike smoked crack. Quote, when I hailed, there was a whoosh, and I was instantly there. It was coke times 10 at least.
Math, numbers.
Yep. Even Mike's coke dealer told him, quote, I told you never, ever smoke crack. You're done now. You're through. You just ruined your life. Huh. The coke dealer's like, great. There goes another customer.
There you go.
Fuck.
You know what?
God damn it.
Well, I mean, Reagan was America's coke dealer.
Yeah.
Or crack dealer.
By the late 90s, Mike was avoiding his house, living at the bar, watching his friends descend into full-blown crackheads, and he was right behind them. He even got Karen into it on the rare occasions when he came home.
I love a social crack smoker. That's nice.
Yeah.
So few of those left.
Well, it's such a short time period you can do that.
Yeah.
Because everyone has their different levels.
Yep. Small window.
With the bar's marriage and everything kind of going down the tubes, Mike thought this is the perfect time to get back into card counting. But he's going to do it right this time.
Yeah.
He wouldn't gamble. He would simply do crack and count cards the way God intended.
So yep. I don't want to have any inebriation of any kind. So I will only be a smoking crack when I count the cards.
He took a card counting refresher course, but
all right, everybody, welcome. For those of you who are dusting off this technique for the first time in a while, welcome back. For those of you who have never done it before, please open your syllabus.
Plus, this is part of the learning annex.
How you doing? Welcome to PragerU's card counting.
It's still fucking weird.
Yeah.
But the class wouldn't start for 2 weeks, so he chose instead to test his memory at a riverboard casino in Kansas City. And none of the limits at the tables were high enough to be worth his time. So he did the next thing he for sure remembered how to do, snort cocaine and lose all but like $6 at the craps table. Now, the reason he didn't lose the $6 was because those ones were rolled up to do cocaine.
Not to make this too much about drugs, but I do remember that feeling when sometimes I'd be like going to buy something and I'd be like, oh, there it is. And I'd be like undoing a rolled up dollar bill and like straightening it out and being like, there you go. Sorry about that. I was drinking a milkshake earlier today with this little dollar bill.
On his way home, he got lost and ended up in a very rough neighborhood in Kansas City and hit a pothole so hard that the camper shell flew off of his pickup.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
sounds really real.
Wow.
That sounds really real.
Wow.
Mike, that's really something.
Man.
So
sounds like
pissed.
A sinkhole. Yeah.
He's pissed. And just then, two guys come out of the dark toward him, one holding a gun. And Mike had enough. And he roared, quote, put your fucking gun away. I've got all of $6 on me, and you can each have 3. But first, you're going to help me put this camper shell back on my truck. Also, I don't know how to lie well.
Hey, while we were about to rob you, and we will help you with your shelf. Because this is all taking place in your weird little head. There we go.
You've seen Vacation, the movie, right?
Here we are.
I feel like he was watching Vacation and he came up with this idea.
Okay.
So the guys, they don't know what to do. And they looked at each other and walked over to the camper shell and helped him put it back in and then started walking away. And Mike yelled, quote, get back here. I told you I had $6 on me. I'm good for my word.
Hey, this guy's reverse robbing himself.
And they started to feel guilty for yelling at him. And he said, quote, and I've got cocaine if you want to do a line.
Well, now we're talking.
That is the fakest story of all the stories that we've heard.
I don't know, man. We would need to have an Oscar
Really?
ceremony. Yeah, there's some real bangers in there. Rolling into a fire and then rolling his car. And that one hurts. That's a tough one.
Yeah. And also, I guess the one where he crashed his motorcycle and then went skydiving and fell.
The skydiving one just fully total bullshit.
Well, the skydiving one, he should be dead. So it doesn't make a...
He should be dead 8 times over. His mother must be a cat.
So he's back home. He gets more DUIs, so many that his license is taken away. But then he gets into a hot streak, Gareth. Hot streak. He doesn't get pulled over for 12 years.
Whoa.
But that streak ends in 2002 when he gets popped for what he calls a minor infraction.
I shot a cop.
He was charged with a DAC, driving after cancellation. So that's when they completely take away your license and you're never allowed to drive again.
I thought that's what happened when Kevin Spacey got pulled over.
And he gets it's a serious offense, driving after your license has been canceled. You can't drive for any reason.
License being canceled is so great.
Isn't it?
You're canceled.
The judge sends him to home monitoring as long as he doesn't use drugs or alcohol. And every night he has to blow into a breathalyzer, which only tests for booze. So he just does a lot of crack.
Great.
And he's cruising along without drinking. And then his friend Wayne comes to town.
Ugh.
And Mike figured he could have a couple of beers.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, what's the... Yeah. You know, you have a breathalyzer in your home that you have to blow into every night. You could definitely have a beer or two.
It's too close to midnight. And when he blew into the breathalyzer, an alarm actually sounds on the breathalyzer. I hope it's like a ship foghorn.
Whoop, whoop. I like if it's just like, you are drunk. You have drank. You are drunk.
So he has to serve 19 days in prison. Now, the Hennepin County Jail is a very comfy place for a guy like Mike. He's in the area where he has his own TV. He gets to leave the jail every day for work release. Not that bad.
It's a real Epstein sort of deal.
Yeah. On his first day out, he takes his son to a bar to play pinball.
What the fuck?
How else are you going to play pinball, buddy? What are you going to go to a pinball place?
Just go play
the best pinball machines.
Go play basketball. Why don't we go to a bar?
Have that in bars.
Fair.
Well, here's the thing about the bar. He wants to go down. He wants to go down to the basement to smoke some crack before they play pinball.
There it is.
So he's like, I'll be down there for 10 minutes. But 2 hours later, he comes stumbling up and he bumps into a regular who is like, hey man, I got a little concoction that can make your urine clean.
It's a mojito.
Because he's going back to jail that night and he doesn't want to get tested when he gets back. So he gets back to the jail and they don't test him right away. And he's like, okay. But then 3 hours later, they test him, and that was long enough for the urine fixing concoction to wear off. So it lights up, right?
I mean, I'll tell you what. Crack. I knew this guy partied, but Jesus Christ, I didn't realize we were dealing with like the fucking Hunter S. Thompson of betting.
So now the jail changes. They take away his work release. And he's transferred from the hotel part of the prison to the prison part of the prison.
The prison.
He's strip searched. He's marched through a walkway where other prisoners are catcalling and throwing garbage at him. He's put in an isolated cell. He couldn't see the other inmates, but he could hear them all. And it's just constant noise. And after several days, the rap songs are making him go nuts. And desperate, he jams his face between the bars at the front of his cell and screamed, quote, hey, our cells are so small, we should sing that Disney song. 1, 2, 3, it's a small world after all. He starts singing A Small World. and the other prisoners join in.
This did not happen. This is just not what happened in prison.
And not long after it started, hundreds of men are singing It's a Small World. And even though he finished the song and wants to go to sleep, the other men wouldn't quit singing. And it got so bad that the guards found out Mike was responsible, and they hauled him in front of the prison shrink to try to get him labeled as a mental patient.
Well, look,
also, none of this.
I'm ready to label him that. No problem.
The only part of this that happened was that he took his son to a bar and smoked crack and got caught.
I am starting to believe that Mike Lindell doesn't even exist.
So he gets out, and he's got to face the music. His debts are so high, he just can't skate by anymore. He's hundreds of thousands, and he needs to make money immediately. And he managed to pay minimums by card counting, but he really just can't keep up anymore. The debt's just too high. Through it all, he was gambling on sports and losing big, and so he has to sell Schmitty's, the bar. On the last night, he throws a massive party where he, quote, made it snow by throwing $1,000 into the ceiling fans and watching it blow everywhere.
Nope. Next.
So he sells the bar to a bookie for hundreds of thousands less than it's worth, so he could get $50,000 in cash up front.
Yeah.
So then he could go to Vegas and count cards and make more money. So he does, and he immediately loses all the money. And he goes back to the bookie to extort him. Quote, if the bankruptcy judge sees I sold my little bar for so little, they'll come after you too. And the bookie gives him a little more money.
Lies. Oh, boy, Mike, you're right. You got me pretty freaking scared. You're right. Okay, I get it. I got a fantastic deal. What do I need to do?
The only reason people believe this absolute, just endless stream of fucking bullshit is because he became a Christian. Because they always want to hear how bad you were before you became a Christian.
The redemption,
that's their whole thing.
The redemption, the comeback. The comeback becomes bigger and bigger every time you tell it. Again, I mean, there's so many who do. Politicians get caught in all their fucking lies because it's just you tell it enough and people start to go, wow. It's like the bigger like a celebrity becomes, or like the amount of comedians who were, I had one mic left before I could make my money. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So he takes the money that the bookie gives him. He goes back to Vegas. He loses all that money. And at the same time, he becomes best friends with another crack addict who Mike convinced to go back home to his family. So he saved this crack addict.
So Mike is a crack addict with another crack addict, and Mike tells this crack addict he needs to get his life together and go back home to his family while Mike remains a crack addict.
And he gives him what's left of his money for a train ticket and food for the guy to go home.
Take this. Crack is a dangerous drug.
He said at the station, the two crack addicts stood embracing and weeping and wailing as they waited for the train until a crowd formed around them.
Jesus Christ. It's a small world after all. Most places I went, we ended up singing It's a Small World After All.
So Mike somehow makes it back home. And soon after getting home, he just thunderbolt, Gareth. It's a dream. He's sleeping and he shoots up from a deep sleep. Quote, I glanced at the clock. It was 2 a.m. Words from my dream were still running through my head. It was my own voice repeating words. Where's my pillow? I got up. I headed to the kitchen. I grabbed a notepad and started writing, my pillow, my pillow, my pillow, over and over again. I wrote it 100 times. And his daughter comes in for a glass of water and looked at the hundreds of pages of paper on the floor and asked what was going on. And Mike calmly said, quote, I'm going to invent a pillow and it's going to change the world.
Bow now 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 bow 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 now bow 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 now 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 bow 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 now bow do 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 boom boom. Wow.
And a part one.
Wow. Wowie, 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 wowie. I'm gonna make a pillow.
The research is done by Josh Androwski. Source material for much of this episode is Mike's autobiography. So if he did something that seemed cool, you should probably take it with a grain of salt. From Crack Addict to CEO by what are the odds? From Crack Addict to CEO by Mike Lindell, and also a little bit from the Guardian and the Business Insider. But yeah, that is really something. So this will either be 2 parts or 3. I gotta see how much lying there is in the rest, and if I want to cut a lot of it.
Well, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, yeah. Listen, I don't mind listening to Mike Lindell self-lore.
And let me just say, if you watch Mike Lindell, he is very clearly on
normal,
back on drugs now, and
he's fine.
And he's the fucking disaster.
He's doing good.
Totally been. That's the reason I think we don't really see him around. Like he's been cut out of the circle because I think he's just
get him back in.
Mess.
Get him back in.